Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the E-Commerce Minute is brought to you by Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. With Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back in business in no time. And for being a loyal E-Commerce Minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you'll never overpay. Save time and money on mailing and shipping with Send Pro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping. Calculate exact postage online, and print labels right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's E-Commerce Minute episode 550.
In today's episode, Starbucks to open pickup-only store.
The thing that makes Starbucks so beloved and iconic is the same thing that has others dreading their in-store experience. The customizable drinks are great for people with specific tastes, but they're also the cause of lines that wrap around the store. Starbucks has come up with a potential solution for those who'd rather not have a lick of human contact while getting their venti caramel ribbon frappuccino with 3 extra pumps of caramel. Starbucks has announced that it will be opening a pickup-only store in New York City this fall, building off the success of its Starbucks Now concept, which first opened this summer in China. Similar to Starbucks Now, the New York store will let customers order in advance on their phones and pick up their orders without the wait. The original concept for the Starbucks Now shops is most likely inspired by their new rival, China's Luckin Coffee, a very popular coffee chain that is primarily pickup and delivery. Its massive success has highlighted the demand for speed and convenience, since Luckin has launched over 2,300 store locations in 28 cities since 2017 and has plans to go public at an offering that values the company at $4 billion with a B. Starbucks also has plans to roll out similar pickup locations in other cities, including Boston, Chicago, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Starbucks is adamant that the new grab-and-go cafes aren't supposed to replace the existing cafes, which give consumers a, quote, third place to relax that's away from home and work. The move also aids in Starbucks' slow shift into being more autonomous. Shift scheduling and counting inventory are among the tasks being moved off of human workers through automation, which means baristas and managers will have more time to clean the cafes and other housekeeping things that aren't possible if lines are backed up for hours because of online orders. These supplementary quick cafes can take a lot of pressure off of their regularly packed full-service locations, which means better working conditions, which in turn could mean a higher quality output.
Wait, isn't Starbucks already grab and go?
I thought it was, but this is...
Don't you like order on the phone and then just go in and walk out? I don't understand.
It's order, wait some more, then grab, and then wait, and then go.
It's not really.
Grab,
if you
wait,
order
go.
on the phone, usually by the time you get there, it's already there.
But I guess what the issue is that doing phone and live orders in line gets backed up, I guess. That was their whole thingy.
Yeah, this eliminates that whole. I don't want to stand around and stare at my phone or stare at the ceiling or actually have a human interaction. This is just you open the door and they're standing there with your half calf, no tib, 3 pump.
I guess you guys are right, because have you ever been at Penn Station? Have you ever been to one of those Starbucks?
Oh God,
I wouldn't even go near it, but
yeah.
No. So the downstairs ones are like the most ridiculous ever, but the one they just put upstairs, which is if you're taking Amtrak, you can actually go through, that circle when they people
the waiting
see.
room.
Yeah. By the way, you can order coffee of Starbucks from that room too.
Oh,
Because they just
very
opened a brand new one in there, which is fantastic. But yes, downstairs at a rush hour, it is
Absolutely
one of the
not.
craziest fun. Like watch it, just sit there and watch it. It's amazing.
Oh, that's
When I'm
my
at Penn Station,
hell.
I prefer to like get my, go to one of them little convenience stores and get a beer that they wrap in a paper bag, and then I just
When I'm at Penn Station, I was thinking like when I go to Penn Station, I just want to get out of Penn Station
yeah, that's the
as
first.
quick as possible.
Yeah, the novelty is worn off of that place years ago.
Oh my
for
God,
me.
yeah.
The new store will not be the first time that Starbucks has tinkered with a pickup-only location in the U.S. In 2017, the chain tested a similar concept at its headquarters in Seattle. Did we also have in these notes, aren't they opening like the largest Starbucks in the world in Chicago?
Something like that, right?
Well, they had one in China, Starbucks Reserve, I think it was called. Live
Yeah.
Googling, here we go. Because people love when we do this. Starbucks Reserve. So these are the big... the rarest, most extraordinary coffee Starbucks has to offer. The ultimate expression of our passion for our craft. Immersive spaces that invite you to discover and explore. It's coffee, dude.
I don't know, man. People get passionate about coffee.
I know.
But it's
I'm
chain
exaggerating.
coffee.
So the one that was in Shanghai, I think, was one of the first ones they opened. Yeah, but I think they're opening one in Chicago that's going to be the largest Starbucks in the world. And it looks absolutely exquisite.
It's supposed to open November 15th.
November 15th.
Allegedly.
Is our road trip to Starbucks Reserve. Excellent.
I just think that it's a good idea personally because the other day I was at a Starbucks in South Philly and there had been like 9 people in the line and they like had just like 3 orders sitting, I guess, that they were trying to get out early before the rush. Like, I guess they know when their rushes come. And so when they're aware that their rush is coming, and then they also have online orders, they try to squeak the online orders out a little bit early. So then your iced coffee like melts and stuff like that while it's sitting there waiting for you. And it's just a mess. So I think this is a good idea.
Well, I think it's a good idea. I am also of the type that tries to avoid lines of any type or quantity. So this is all foreign to me. I refuse to wait in line for a cup of coffee. I don't care how good it is. That being said, I also won't lower my standards and go to like Dunkin' Donuts. So I'll just do without.
You dragged them.
Well, besides using styrofoam cups.
Well, yeah,
I am not a fan.
That's a thing in its own. But I don't know. I like to go local anyway when I get coffee. So this like
Agreed.
Isn't like, you know what I mean? I'd rather go to like a local corner coffee shop anyway.
My exception to the rule is like traveling. So you're at a rest stop, you're kind of captive audience. I'll wait in line for a coffee there because it's for medical reasons. It's to get me to the next point of destination.
Although I gotta say, being in the Amex or American Lounge, they have LaColombe, which is
LaColombe. Don't get me started on LaColombe.
Don't
love.
Oh, you're not going against this LaColombe.
I love LaColombe. I love Todd Carmichael. Shout out Todd Carmichael. Like, I'm like obsessed with him and his family. I think they're amazing. I could do a whole separate talk on LaColombe.
And it's a Philly brand.
Yeah, that's why I stand.
Did you ever watch the show that he was on where he was hunting for coffee?
No, but I want
Dangerous
to.
Grounds.
Dangerous Grounds. That's what. Thank you, Bart. Yes, that was an amazing show. He's very he's good on camera. Like, he's a good personality, and he's a good guy too. He's a good person.
And he does come from Starbucks.
And he's married to what's her name? The chick that sings the national anthem for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Lauren Hart.
Lauren Hart. He's married to Lauren Hart, and they have adopted like many children from Ethiopia or something like that. So
I remember that.
They're just good people.
They're just good people. But anyway, so that's Starbucks. Oh, I'm sorry, LaColombe.
Well, he did work for Starbucks at one point.
Okay, good, because I like to see a thread there. I don't like to go on a tangent without coming back full circle, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Brittany, why don't you tell us about today's sponsor?
Shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back to business in no time. And for being a loyal e-commerce minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you never overpay. So save time and money on mailing and shipping with SendPro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can also qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping, calculate exact postage online, and print labels and stamps right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes.
So what we haven't discussed is the big delivery aspect of all of this. Since now every story we seem to do mentions that 79% of the world orders stuff out, and coffee, I'm sure, is no exception. We mentioned earlier in the story about Luckin', that's how they made most of their business, by these coffee delivery dudes that would just ride around on scooters delivering coffee. I think what will happen, and I think you have mentioned here in the notes, Brittany, is that these will become hubs for the Uber Eats and the like, adding those to their programs. And that way you could have these kitchens basically that aren't storefronts of people just, baristas locked in a dark room somewhere just hustling out coffee for drivers.
Oh, that's a sight. Oh, poor things.
But I see here in the notes that you have if you do it through Uber Eats, you don't get your Starbucks reward. So I think some Starbucks customers will be very upset about that.
Yeah, I agree. That is an issue. I remember thinking that was really interesting when I came across that, because that's a really good point, because that's like Starbucks besides like super customizable orders, Starbucks whole other shtick is rewards.
Why would you go there then if you're not getting the points, man? You got to get
Yep.
Got to
all about the stars.
All about the stars. All right, quick stat time. Starbucks shares have surged nearly 50% so far this year. Oh, I didn't know that. In China, Starbucks operates 4,000 restaurants and plans to have 6,000 by 2023. The chain is still expanding at breakneck speed with a new location every 15 hours.
Well, John, you know what? Speaking of Starbucks, you know the Starbucks by where Costa used to be by Jefferson?
Yes.
So, there's a Starbucks on one side, right?
And there used to be one across the street.
But there is.
Oh, yeah.
There is a Starbucks across the street from Cosi. Well, Cosi is now a Starbucks.
Yeah. I saw that the other day. I was like, what?
Well, in New York, in Astor Place, there used to be a Starbucks on 4 corners of Astor Place. So it was the worst, meet me on at Starbucks at Astor Place.
I think that's just rude. I think that's something rude. And then finishing up, touching back on the mobile ordering. Mobile ordering pay accounted for 7% of U.S. orders in the last quarter, up from 3% in the prior year. And earlier this year, the company's mobile app rewards membership hit 16.8 million, accounting for 40% of sales in U.S. stores. So the app is huge for them. And I guess it makes sense for this type of product. Some things are not app friendly. I would think a cup of coffee certainly is, except for the lady that orders 17 add-ons to her coffee and then has this garbage coffee waiting for her when she gets there. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh my God, yeah. But it's like at that point, you're buying a cup of coffee, why not just buy a milkshake or
it's a joke order at that point. That's a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I love being behind those people because they'll order it and then I'm like, can I have a venti coffee?
Yeah.
And then people just look at me weird.
I refuse to even use the made up Italian words. I'm like, large.
Give me a large
coffee, dark roast now.
Please. Now, please.
All right.
All right, guys, got anything else? You guys done?
Yes.
All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We're going to have some coffee and see you on the internet tomorrow. Venti Vidi Vici. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.